Hello everyone, welcome to this Bold Reports tutorial. In this video, I will show you how to render an RDLC report in your web application using the JavaScript Report Viewer control. RDLC stands for Report Definition Language Client-Side. It enables users to create and render reports directly within .NET applications, eliminating the need for a report server. RDLC files include layout and data binding logic, allowing dynamic and interactive data presentations. They support viewing local reports using JSON arrays or custom business object collections. Key advantages include no server dependency, a flexible designer, interactive features like drill-through and sorting, and easy deployment. Here I have already designed the product details.rdlc report. In this demo, I will add an RDLC report to the application to render it. Then, embed the report viewer control in the application using JavaScript. First, I create a new folder named reportviewer.js. In the folder, I create a file named index.html and add the basic HTML template from the documentation. Next, I need to reference the Bold Report Viewer scripts and style sheets to integrate the report viewer into the project. I copy the scripts and style sheet code from the document and add them to the head tag. I have linked the documentation to the video description for your reference. Then, I will initialize the report viewer control in the web application. I create a div element that acts as the container for the Bold Report Viewer on the web page, and assign an ID attribute, Viewer, and styles. The ID attribute specifies the unique name for the HTML element. The style attribute adds inline styles to the div element, assigning width and height. Next, I add a script tag inside the body and implement a JavaScript function to initialize the Bold Reports Viewer control in the div element with the ID attribute. The function includes two API parameters. The report service URL specifies the URL of the report service that processes the report, and report path specifies the path to the report file. The report viewer requires a web API service to process report files. There are two options for creating a web API service, ASP.NET Web API and ASP.NET Core Web API. For this demo, I have created an ASP.NET Core Web API service on my local machine. I have linked the video on how to create an ASP.NET Core Web API service application in this video's description. I open an ASP.NET Core Web API service application and add the product details.rdlc report under the resources folder. Then I run the application to generate a URL. This URL will be used in the report service URL property of the JavaScript application. I go back to the index.html file, add the report service URL property, and assign the copied URL with the /API/report-viewer, which is the API endpoint. I assign the RDLC report name to the report path property. Next, I will bind data sources at the client side locally. Inside the function, I set the processing mode property to local. Then, I add data value collection to the data source value. Here the name is case-sensitive and should match the data source name in the report definition. You can also bind data sources in Web API Controller. To know more about rendering an RDLC report in your ASP.NET Core application, refer to the link in the video description. Now, everything is ready to load the report on the web page. When I run the application, the report viewer loads in the browser. Here, the product details RDLC report has been rendered in the application using JavaScript. In this video, I demonstrated how to render an RDLC report in a web application using JavaScript. To learn more about Bold Reports, visit boldreports.com. If you don't have a Bold Reports subscription, you can try out the platform using the Try It Free option. If you prefer a demo from an expert, Request Demo allows you to schedule one. If you found this video useful, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.